Today we're looking at what is likely to happen in the stock market this week. My name is Chris Douthit, former lead market maker, and I think we see some interesting developments. So if I look at the chart, we can see we've just completed a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave move. And we kind of have this triangle shape forming right here. And triangles are usually met with some swift movements. Tension tends to build up as you get closer to the end of the triangle, and then that tension generally snaps. Now in this particular case, we're seeing that the stock is experiencing a throwover. And if you're not familiar with throwovers are basically when the stock busts out of the boundary line. And typically that is a sign that the stock is going to keep going, but not in the case of a throwover. A throwover is more of a fake out, and then the stock comes crashing down the other way. We can kind of see that here with my investment advancer card. You can see this is a triangle, and the stock goes up, throws over, and then comes crashing back down. And that is almost, let me see, it's almost precisely what we have going on right here. Right, so we're likely going to see a boom, 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 like a three-wave move, and it's going to drop substantially. So that's kind of what we're at right here. And that's also reinforced with the divergence. So we have some RSI divergence down here. So every time the RSI pops up here and touches this divergence line, that is additional weakness. Now, when you get 1 and then 2, that is some substantial weakness. When you get 3, that is a lot of weakness. And when you get 4, which we have right here, that's almost unheard of. So you can see here the RSI has continued to fall. We've had 4 touches to the line while the price action has continued to go higher, and that's what the divergence is. So that is substantial weakness. We have the throw over in place, and we have a completed impulse wave that looks like it's just about to drop off. So now I want to head over to NVDA, and this will be a quick look at NVDA. NVDA has been the thing that's been pushing this market higher, and we can see we could probably put a 5 up here. But the thing I really want to point out here is that we have a counterattack right here. Now, a counterattack is when a stock has a big up day, and then it's followed by a big up day on the next day, but then that day drops and ends up coming back down. And then the negative day and the previous positive day end up closing at almost the precise same spot. So you can see here, this was the day after earnings. The stock was up huge, and it kind of closed right about 786. And then the stock exploded the next day, right? It exploded higher. It's up to about 826. But then it came back down, and it came back down, and it closed at about 788. So it almost closed at the same spot on the down day on the previous day's up day. So that is a counterattack, and that is the formula for a sell-off. So that's not looking good for NVIDIA, which makes me now want to look at the SMH. So this is SMH, the semiconductor ETF. Let me kind of frame this up a little bit better. So we can see here we have the divergence too. We have 3 hits on the divergence line, and the stock is up over that same time span. So RSI is down and the stock price is up. We have a 5-wave move. So here is the larger wave. We have a 3, 4, and 5. And then the smaller impulse wave I've numbered here. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So a very similar setup. After both the larger and the smaller impulse wave come to a conclusion in the same spot, you're likely going to get a sell-off. In addition, you can see these orange boxes, or maybe they're pink, look kind of orange. But wave 1 typically is the same distance as wave 5. That's a pretty common scenario. So if I measure wave 1, which I've done here with this orange box, and then overlay it starting at the bottom of wave 4, we can kind of see the same distance. It just came maybe a couple dollars short, but it's pretty close to the same distance. So after that, we can expect a corrective wave to take shape here, and we're likely going to see a boom, boom, boom here. And that's supported with the Elliott wave pattern and the divergence. So it looks to me like we're at the top. If you're thinking about buying here, if you're thinking about buying this rally, I might think again. It's time to put protection on your portfolio and let things play out as they will.